Hi folks, Greg Lloyd here, professional piano player and creator of Classical to Jazz Piano, with another quick tip for you to help you along with your jazz journey. Can you read music? Are you looking for an awesome rootless voicing? One that will make you sound awesome with a band or a bass player, plus one you can move easily throughout all the 12 keys. Well, if this is you, then stick around, because I'm going to show you my go-to chord voicing on a dominant 7 chord in all 12 keys right now. All right, so before we kick off, make sure that you download the free guide below, print it off, and you're good to go. Plus, do subscribe, hit that bell and the like button. Okay, so learning jazz piano can be confusing and difficult. The jigsaw of jazz education can be really hard to put together. So I thought I'd help you all out along today with another quick tip here with these chord voicings. Plus, if you're after some other information, do check out the other free videos and PDFs and sheet music at the YouTube channel below and at the website classicaltojazzpiano.com. Okay, I have had a lot of emails asking me about chord voicings. All right, so let's get going. Okay, so what is my go-to chord voicing on a dominant 7? It's the one I just love to play, the one I love to hear, and it's a dominant 7 with a 9 and a 13. Okay, so we're going to start off in the key of C here. So, as we all know, there's our root position C7 chord, and because this is a rootless voicing for today, I'm going to leave out the root note. All right, so we're going to leave out the root note, and we're just going to play the 3rd and the 7th there. You see I've got it written right next to number 1 there on the page. So, and then I'm going to add in the 9 on top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm going to add the 13 on top. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, so there's your 3, there's your flat 7, there's your 9, and there's your 13. All right, so that sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? Lovely. So if you want to hear it, you know, with the root note, you can either just put the root note in there, you can hear it there. Okay, so that sounds pretty cool. Or if you have a sustain pedal, you can just hit the sustain pedal there, and then put your sustain pedal on, and then play the chord voicing. You know, so that sounds pretty cool. Unfortunately for today, my sustain pedal's not working, so I can't show you that. But you just put your sustain pedal on and then play the chord, and you hear it with the voicing. Or here's another option. Okay, but you'd only use the root note if you're playing solo piano. But if you're in a band situation or you're using a bass player, you can leave out the root notes, and that's a cool thing about jazz piano because the bass player has that covered, so you don't have to. I mean, there are cases where you can play the root notes as well. 90% of the time, 95% of the time, it's cool to leave out the root note because the bass player has it all covered, and you're free to experiment with extensions and things like that. So this chord voicing here is lovely. It's one of my favorite chord voicings. So what I've done here for today's exercise is I've just moved it up chromatically. All right, so you're just going to go, there's your one there. So you're going to go to D flat, 7, 9 with a 13. We've just moved it up a half step, and maybe you want to put the root note on there, you can hear it. Okay, so there it is there. Lovely kind of sound, isn't it? Okay, so without the root note, with the root note. Okay, so moving up to the D7 with a 9, 13. So there's our 3rd, there's our flat and 7th, and here's our 9 and our 13. So check that out, there it is there. So check that out, there it is there without the root note. And then we're going to put the root note in. You can hear it there, it sounds pretty cool. All right, so D7, 9 with a 13. Okay, going up to E flat now, here's our natural 3, our flat 7, our 9, and our 13 on top. Okay, there we go, sounds pretty cool. So I'm going to put the root note in, and there it is there, sounds lovely. All right, so there's our E flat 7, 9, 13. Our E flat 7, 9, 13. All right, There's a thing I'd like to point out as well. You could call it, there's two ways to see it, this chord written, as I've got written there, because believe it or not, you can write this in a few different ways. Above the chord there, now on the music, I've got it written there, so C9 with an add 13, okay? I did that because the computer program wanted it that way, but I actually prefer to see it. I've got it, please note, this chord can also be written C7, and then put in brackets the 9 and 13. I mean, each is correct. I mean, it's really tomato, tomato again. I hope that kind of helps you guys, okay? So we were up to the E flat one there a second ago. So now we're going to go up to the E7 or E. So now we're going to go up to the E7 with a 9, 13, okay? So here's our 3, here's our flat 7, and here's our 9, and here's our 13. And there it is there, all in relation to the E. If you are stuck, by the way, another cool thing to remember is, like all the way through these, like if you know all of your major key scales, you know, then you can now just play your E major scale there, and that's, you know, and play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all right, and then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, okay, and it helps you figure out what these numbers are, you know, literally. So there's your 3, flat 7, your 9, and your 13, and there it is without the root note, and here it is with the root note. Okay, so sounds pretty cool to me, doesn't it? So now moving up to the F, okay, so to help you guys out, I'm going to sort of play the major scale. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, so here's our 3, here's our flattened 7th, here's our 9, and here's our 13. And there it is. Lovely. You can see it there in bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the music there on the screen. Okay, so there are F7, 9, 13 or F7, 9, 13, depending on which way you want to say it. So moving on to the G flat. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so there's our 3rd, here's our flattened 7th, here's our 9, and here's our 13 on top. Another thing I'd like to point out on the sheet music there is in bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I've swapped the left hand and I put an 8 VE there because it just gets easier to read when I just put the left hand written down the octave, but I want you to play it up the octave, okay? Because otherwise it'd be too many lines. It'd be a little bit too hard to read. So I just brought it all back down, okay? So moving up to the G. 8, so there we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, all right? So here's our 3rd, here's our flattened 7th, here's our 9, and here's our 13. Lovely, lovely sound, putting in the root note. There it is there, great. Nice. So leaving up to the A flat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so here's our 3rd, here's our flattened 7th, here's our 9, and here's our 13. And there it is without the root note, and here it is with the root note. A flat 7, 9, 13. Moving up to the A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Here's our 3, here's our flat 7th, here's our 9, and here's our 13. Okay? Nice. Okay, putting in, that's without the root note, and putting in the root note. Okay, so it's A7, 9, 13. Lovely. Okay, moving up to B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Here's our 3, here's our flattened 7th, here's our 9, and here's our 13th on top there. And there's a rootless voicing, sounds lovely, and with the root note. Okay, cool. Sounds pretty hip, doesn't it? Sounds great. So that's the B flat 7, and then the last one, believe it or not, we've reached 12 keys already, is the B. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we're doing B7, 9, 13. So here's our 3, here's our flattened 7th, here's our 9, and here's the 13 on top. Okay? Nice. So, and there's our flat 7. So 3, flat 7, 9, 13, and with the root note. So cool. So that sounds pretty cool. So there it is there, all right? So This is all obviously in root position. You can also, if you're a bit more advanced, you could look into the inversions. And if you want me to do some more videos on that, do let me know in the comment area below, and I can do some more videos on the inversions of these guys. Okay? Okay, so now let's move on to part 2 of this lesson for today. So this part 2 of this lesson for today it's still my go-to voicing, and it's exactly what we just did, but I'm just adding in the 5th, okay, in the left hand. All right, so just literally, so there it is there, okay? So there it is without the root note, and here it is with the root note. Okay, so you can hear that. So without the root note, so C7, 9, 13, we just added in the 5th. That's the rootless voicing, and here's with the root note. Cool. All right, so great. So root note 3, 5, flat 7, 9, 13. Cool. Moving up to the key of D flat. So that's the chord voicing we had before, and we're just going to move in the 5th. Okay. So D flat 7, 9, 13. All right. With the rootless voicing, and if you want to add in the root note, there it is. And here it is with the root note. Okay, so lovely sounds, all right? Added in that 5th. All right, moving up to the D. So here's the chord voicing we had before. So 3, flat 7, 9, 13, adding in the 5th. There's a nice rootless voicing. And then if you want to put in the root note, sounds nice as well. All right, moving up to the E flat. Okay, so here's the voicing we had before. So 3, flat 7, 9, 13, key of E flat. So E flat 7, 9, 13. Here it is with the 5th in the middle. And then we're going to put the root note on the bottom. Okay, that's for when you want to play solo piano without the band. Okay, sounds pretty cool. All right, moving up to the E7, 9, 13. There's our 3, there's our flat 7th, our 9, and our 13. Okay, so there it is there. So that sounds pretty cool. Now if you want to get a bit more, add that 5th in, get something a bit more tasty in there, and then you want to add the root note down the bottom. Cool, all right, so E7, 9, 13. So, and then moving up to F7, so 3, flat 7, 9, 13. So 3, flat 7, 9, 13, adding in the 5th, and then putting the root note on the bottom if you're playing solo piano. Okay, and without the root note. Yeah, sounds pretty cool. And then moving up to the G flat. Okay, so flat, there's our 3, flat and 7, 9, 13, and we're going to add in the 5th in the middle. Got the 5th in the middle there. Excuse me. Got the 5th in the middle there, and then there's the rootless voicing. If you want to put in the root note. Lovely. Okay, so there it is. Cool sound. And then moving up to G. So there's our 3, flat and 7, 9, and 13. Lovely. And then with the 5th, that's the rootless version. That's the rootless version. So that's the G7, 9, 13. And if you want to put in the root note, sounds pretty cool as well. All right, moving up to the A flat. Okay, so 3, flat 7, 9, 13. See that there? Sounds pretty cool. Adding in the 5th, there's our cool rootless voicing. And then if you want to add in the root note on the bottom, there it is there. So A flat 7, 9, 13. Moving up to A. So we got our A, our 3, our flat and 7th, our 9, and our 13. Lovely. Okay. So, and then we're going to add in the 5th. And then we're going to add in the root. There's our rootless voicing. And then we're going to add in the A. And there's our A7, 9, 13. Okay. And then moving up to the B flat 7, we've got our 3, got our flat and 7th, our 9, and our 13 on top. Okay, so there's the cool rootless voicing we had before, and add in the 5th there. Gives it a bit more taste, a bit more bite. And then if you want to do that's the rootless voicing, so B flat 7, 9, 13. And there it is with the root note on the bottom. Okay, and then the last one is the B. So B7, 9, 13. There's our 3, our flattened 7th, our 9, and our 13. And there it is there. Sounds great. Add in the 5th for this bit for here for today, and then we're going to add in the... Okay, so we got that. So there's our B7, 9, 13. Okay, so these are really cool exercises to do. If you go back to the first exercise I gave you without the 5th, a real cool thing to do would be to play them and just move up them chromatically there, as you can see what I'm doing there. And a real cool thing to do was be to tell yourself what you're playing. You know, it's a really cool thing to do. So you got your kind of like C7, 9, 13, D flat 7, 9, 13, D7, 9, 13, etc., etc. Just moving up chromatically. And then when you get a bit better at that, there's, you know, why not go the other way? You know, just move down. You know, move down them and tell yourself what they are, and then you can do that with the rootless voicings as well, and with the root voicings. Okay, so for and again, it's a real cool way to get all of these into your brain. You know, really. So, but it really depends how you want to play. Whether you want to look at playing with a solo piano, then you'll add in the root note. But if you're just going to play for band, you don't have to, or a bass player. All right, so that's it. How cool was that? If you are enjoying the content on this channel, then please do subscribe, hit that bell and the like button to be notified when all the new videos arrive. This will help me, help you, because as the channel gets bigger, I'll be able to focus on it more, therefore giving you guys more and more awesome content. Also, do check out the Facebook and Instagram links below. And of course, the website, classical2jazzpiano.com. Plus, as this is a new channel, and I really want to help you guys cut through all of the confusion of jazz piano and transform your piano playing. So, do you have a question on jazz piano? What are you stuck on? You know, let me know below in the comment area, or you can email me at greg@classical2jazzpiano.com. I hope this video has helped you for today, and I'll see you soon. Okay, take it easy.